week on One Devotion. Check out how a dedicated Euroleague newcomer spends his summers getting in shape. Meet a 27-year-old big man already in his 11th Euroleague season with the same team. Learn about a rookie who followed his hometown idols across an ocean to the Euroleague. And count down all the biggest show-stopping moments on courts across Europe this week. After a grueling Turkish Airlines Euroleague season, players are often eager to use at least part of their summers for some rest and relaxation. But for FC Barcelona forward Justin Dolman, the summer is the ideal time to work on his second love, competing in triathlons.
I enjoy being outside. It's really a passion for me just to be in the outdoors. And when you put three sports into one, swimming, biking and running, it's a lot of fun.
Dolman did not grow up competing in triathlons. In fact, he's a relative newcomer to the sport.
I'd say about 5 years ago, I was watching just the world competition in Hawaii and was fascinated by the sport and how you got to have mental toughness to get through it. And my wife and I decided to try one in the summer, and we did, and it worked out well, and then I've been hooked ever since.
Because of the relatively short period of time he can dedicate to triathlon training, Dolman is limited in how many competitions he can enter every year.
Usually one or two a summer. I try to do the sprint or Olympic distance depending on how they're scheduled, but usually try to get one or two a summer just to stay in shape.
In the long run, he has set a goal to compete in the Ironman World Championship in Hawaii.
It'd be a dream to do that one just because it's the best of the best, one of the hardest courses, and you're racing against some of the best competitors in the world. You have to qualify for that one, so that one will be later down the line after basketball's over and I can really focus on the sport. And hopefully I'll be able to qualify and do that. That'd be a dream come true.
Standing at 2 meters 6, Dolman's frame is ideal for the pounding he gives and takes in basketball. But it is also at times a liability in the world of triathlons.
Definitely among the bigger guys, which hinders me in the running aspect of it. But most of the guys are much smaller than me. But it's wonderful to be out there because you're competing against pros and amateurs all at the same time, and you're all doing the same course.
Over time, Dolman has found the perfect balance and schedule to compete at the highest level in basketball, make room for triathlons, and to be ready for basketball season again.
During the season, I don't train at all for triathlons. My main focus is basketball, but then once the season's over, we go into the summer, and there I do the swimming and the cycling, and I really enjoy that, being out on the road and things like that. So that's where I get the training in, and it helps me prepare for the preseason, coming back over and starting basketball.
Competing at a different sport during the summer seems to benefit Dolman physically and mentally.
Just to stay in shape and kind of refresh my mind, give my mind a break from basketball and let me recharge my batteries. And once I come back, I feel fresh and ready to go.
Of course, just because he isn't playing basketball, Dolman doesn't lose his competitive edge.
We each have a couple friends that will join us in the race, and then that's when the competition starts and the trash talking and things like that. We have a good time with it.
Whether on water, on land, or in the air soaring towards the basket, Justin Dolman truly is an example of sporting devotion.
Good morning.
I think if you want to be a legend, you have to win. I didn't care about anything else on the court other than winning.
You just started and you feel that he's a legend.
He is a real leader, not only in a court, locker room, but outside the court.
What it takes to be a legend, not what wins only, but what you have to go through. You have to sacrifice everything.
uninterrupted service to the same club, very few pro basketball players can claim the kind of unwavering loyalty that centre Oguç Savaş has for Fenerbahçe Ülker Istanbul. Savaş was just 12 years old when he left his hometown of Balıkesir to pursue his basketball dream in the big city.
I want to be the star in the high level, so I went there. Actually, I'm not from Istanbul, I'm from another city. My brother was in Istanbul, they were studying. I go next to them and I start with Ülker. This was the reason why I chose the Ülker.
His early commitment to the club paid off when at age 17, Savaş became one of the youngest players to debut in the Euroleague.
I remember my first free throw was air ball. I remember that because my legs was shaking. But anyway, I make the second one. It was very exciting, you know, because when you are young, all your works, everything's for being the senior team, play in the Euroleague, be best.
1 year later, Savaş was already a part-time starter with Ülker, which soon merged with Fenerbahçe.
Second year in the Euroleague, I started to play as I remember, my average like 15 minutes, 14 minutes, something like that. Big guys get injured beginning of the season, so I got the chance, and I think I used it very well.
Savaş credits Ülker's head coach at the time, Ergin Ataman, now on the bench of Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul, for giving him what young players need most, an opportunity.
It was a good thing to know when you are 18, somebody believe in you, somebody trust in you. This is important to play. I think for now, young guys, it's very important to be self-confidence. So it's self-confidence coming from the coach. If you feel that he's believing you, he's trusting you, it's easier to play.
Easy though, Savaş made it look to become a Euroleague contributor as a teenager and to be part of Turkey's history-making silver medal team at the 2010 World Championships. His club's goal of playing in a Final Four stayed frustratingly out of reach, despite Fenerbahçe making 2 appearances in the playoffs.
Every player wants to play in Final Four, so for me too. I don't know why we couldn't get there, but we're still trying.
Those efforts seem closer to paying off this season. Fenerbahçe's second under legendary head coach Željko Obradović.
He knows the details, he always focuses, and also he pushes us to be focused and concentrate for everything, not just on the games, on practices, you know, in meetings, videos, everything. You have to be focused all the time. You cannot miss even just small parts, so it's not easy to work with Željko, but this is the, you know, what's make difference. So we're trying to catch this difference, you know.
If Fenerbahçe can follow Coach Obradovic's know-how all the way to the Final Four in Madrid, the satisfaction will be especially sweet for the club's longest-serving player.
I like to stay here because we have good fans. You know, I already know many people more than 10 years. I feel like I'm in the family now, so I don't know, it's not easy to live that kind of stuff, you know.
Indeed, 15 years after he joined the club and 11 since his Euroleague debut, Savaş and Fenerbahçe are still fighting the good fight for the goal they have shared together for so long.
Get the title with Fenerbahçe. You know, this is really important for me. I hope we can get this.
And if that lofty goal requires even more time, Savaş, still only 27 years old, is willing to put his entire career at the service of the team that chose him as a boy and has long since won his heart.
I already played 11 years in Euroleague with Ülker Fenerbahçe. Maybe I can play till 40. Why not?
Let's find out what happened in round 9 of the top 16. Real Madrid and FC Barcelona gained big road wins, but Maccabi Electra lost at Crvena Zvezda and Alba Berlin kept its playoff hopes alive. Panathinaikos hosted FC Barcelona in the game of the week, and a close contest ensued in Athens. Barcelona led nearly all the way behind 21 points from Justin Dolman, and although the Greens rallied late on, the visitors had enough to register its 4th victory over Panathinaikos this season. With 1 quarter remaining in Belgrade, reigning champs Maccabi appeared to be on course for yet another victory. but then Crvena Zvezda enjoyed a spectacular fourth quarter, scoring 35 points, including 5 triples, as Boban Marjanovic registered a monster double-double of 19 points and 17 rebounds. Maccabi's loss gave Real Madrid the opportunity to open up a 2-game lead at the top of the group, and they took it with both hands, hitting a top 16 record 18 three-pointers, including 5 from Rudy Fernandez, to easily overcome Galatasaray. Alba Berlin kept its playoff hopes very much alive with a big win over Žalgiris, behind 27 points from weekly B-win MVP Reggie Redding. Madrid moves 2 games clear, with Barcelona and Maccabi tied for second and Panathinaikos edging out Alba in fourth. Olympiacos stayed strong in Milan, Cesca fought back well, Fenerbahce won again, and Unicaja Malaga took a thriller. Group leader Olympiacos led from the start against EA7 Milan, with Vasilis Panoulis and Brian Dunstan starring in a victory which rarely looked in doubt, despite a career-high 24 points from Alessandro Gentile. In form Fenerbahce Ulker won its 6th game straight by overpowering Nizhny Novgorod, as the impressively consistent Nemanja Bjelica top-scored with 16 points and Nikos Zizis dished 7 assists. A shock appeared to be brewing in Victoria, where host Laboral Kucha jumped out to a big early lead over CSKA Moscow, behind 31 points from Darius Adams. But the Russian team showed great resolve to fight back in the second half, eventually winning by a somewhat flattering 7-point margin. The most dramatic game of the round saw Unicaja Malaga breathe new life into its playoff hopes with a dramatic victory over Anadolu Efes, which appeared to have forced overtime through Tomas Hertel's late triple, but then saw Ryan Toulson sink a game-winning buzzer-beating triple. Olympiacos remains 1 game ahead of both Fenerbahce and CSKA Moscow, with Efes and Laboral tied for 4th, and everyone else still in contention 2 games further back.
Worst music? Oof. I don't know. Every time they play bad music, I just put my headphones, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Melly. Easy. Hands down. You see how fast I gave you that? It's not really, it's weird. It's like, it's not really commercial, but it's definitely popish.
No one really plays anything else but the hip-hop in the locker room, so...
I could hear some of the guys listening, playing Turkish music for me, you know. It's hard, you know, and tough to understand and hear, so maybe...
Maybe Katsivelis. He listens some rocks, 80s, something strange, I don't know.
Maciej Lampe is the worst music, because he just listens to the most hardcore gangster rap you can find. So, and I don't like that.
Let's say, Kenas Sipahi, he listens some electric music that I don't like.
Well, the physio of the team, he puts some rock and roll music every time, but like some things nobody knows, and I don't know.
Diamantidis. He plays the worst music. He's old-fashioned, you know, so I mean, everything that's popular to us now isn't popular to him, so.
Probably the Russian guys. All the music sounds the same, so it's just a bunch of screaming or a bunch of singing about something I don't know.
The worst roommate would be the one that snores the loudest.
Dennis.
Carlos Suarez is not like an elephant.
My roommate, he's sitting here. Lola.
Argentina has long been a source of great Turkish Airlines Euroleague players, as the names Manu Ginobili, Pepe Sanchez, and Luis Scola certainly attest. But the region of Córdoba in Argentina has been especially adept at producing Euroleague talents, and this season, following predecessors like Pablo Prigioni and Fabricio Berto, comes a new generation Cordobés. We're talking about 23-year-old Facundo Campasso of Real Madrid.
Gracias a Dios salieron muchos jugadores importantes en Córdoba. Todo el mundo, el equipo más famoso ahí en esa ciudad es Atenas, de Córdoba. Y bueno, salieron tremendos jugadores. Marcelo Milanesio, Pablo Prigioni, Oberto, muchos jugadores que triunfaron en el exterior o triunfaron ahí en Córdoba y son estrellas también ahí en la ciudad.
Campasso is proud to follow in their footsteps, even in somewhat smaller shoes. Standing 1.79 m, he is the Euroleague's shortest player this season, precisely because he ignored everyone who told him years ago that basketball is only for tall people.
Me entró por un oído, me salió por el otro. Obviamente he leído un montón de cosas y me han dicho también que era muy bajo para el básquet, pero nunca fue un impedimento para mí. Siempre traté de tomarlo como una motivación, como tratar de cerrar las bocas y bueno, y siempre y cuando disfrutándolo a todo lo que hacía.
It was on basketball courts in Córdoba that Campasso showed that the size of his heart mattered most of all.
Lo disfrutaba muchísimo. Cuando era más chico, tanto de edad como de estatura, disfrutaba mucho jugar contra equipos buenos. Y justamente el equipo donde estaba yo éramos todos bajitos, chiquitos y poníamos mucho corazón. Y creo que eso me quedó hasta el día de hoy.
One of Campasso's idols then was Pablo Prigioni, whom he watched from afar as he became a signature Euroleague playmaker. Later, he was able to share a locker room and learn directly from the Argentinian legend.
Tuve la oportunidad de verlo y de jugar con él en la selección y bueno, es un jugador que te enseña sin siquiera hablar. Nada más él siendo profesional, dando una conferencia de prensa, en la vida fuera del básquet, él te enseña constantemente.
As a rare rookie who came directly to the Euroleague from South America, Campasso now enjoys and appreciates the invaluable help that he gets from another veteran teammate, who also hails from near Córdoba, Real Madrid forward Andrés Nocioni.
Es mi primera vez fuera del país, fuera de Argentina y cruzando el charco. Pero con la ayuda de él, que tiene experiencia en la liga, que nos conocemos porque jugamos juntos, eso me facilitó mucho las cosas y me está facilitando mucho, así que bueno, aprovechar esa oportunidad que me está dando la vida para adaptarme y para poder mejorar como jugador y como persona.
Despite all their success in the Euroleague, no Argentinian player has lifted the trophy since Pepe Sánchez did so in 2002 with Panathinaikos Athens. Although he's just a rookie, Campasso is hoping that changes this season when the Final Four comes to the Spanish capital, where he has found his first European home.
Bueno, es una ilusión muy grande, ya que después se juega en Madrid, en casa, y hay dos argentinos también, pero creo que hay material para conseguirlo. Estamos ilusionados, creo que eso es nuestro objetivo final. Y ojalá que lo podamos hacer para seguir que el club siga creciendo y para que otros argentinos sean campeones de Euroleague.
With the trophy waiting at courtside, the 2011 Euroleague Championship game was decided when one player showed why he is a unique basketball legend. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv's 7 points in a row had cut the difference to just 5 when, with 80 seconds left to play, Dimitris Diamantidis exited a timeout, determined to seize the moment for Panathinaikos Athens.
Of course, you know, when you play a final, you know that most of the games they will be close, and you gotta be very careful, especially at the end of the game. You gotta have a clear mind, the whole team gotta be together and to follow the orders of the coach.
After escaping a double team, Diamantidis got the ball back and immediately knew what to do with it, assisting Mike Batiste for an easy basket that broke Maccabi's run.
In the game, you try to react, you know, you don't have too many seconds. I saw Mike that it was a mismatch with a short guy, so I passed him the ball and make the basket.
Just a few seconds later, Diamantidis, the offensive genius, appeared at the far end of the court to steal a tip pass out of the air.
You cannot think. You try to play. If the ball comes in your hands, you gotta go and take it.
Fouled after his steal, Diamantidis was perfect at the free throw line too. In less than 25 seconds, he had ended Maccabi's threat.
No, I don't think they still gave us a victory. I think in the whole game we were very concentrated to our tactic. And thanks God I scored 2 free throws, and we still have some seconds to finish the game, but we was, you know, a little bit more sure that we will take the Euroleague title.
Diamantidis is also sure that having been to the Final Four 3 times before and won it twice together was the source of his team's composure in the key moments.
The players that was 2011 and of course the coaching staff are very experienced, and we control the game the 2 last minutes very good.
Soon after those big plays, Diamantidis not only lifted the Euroleague trophy, but was named MVP and established a Final Four record with 18 assists, marking 2011 as a high point in his brilliant career.
And you start thinking what you did is very good, because I was 31 years old. I took another Euroleague title. Now I'm 35. I don't know if I have the chance again to go in the Final Four. So I'm very glad and I'm happy because I was a part of the team that gave me those experiences. That's it.
Reggie Redding inspired his Alba Berlin team to a crucial 80-72 victory over Žalgiris Kaunas, earning him the weekly B1 MVP honour for Top 16 Round 9. The Euroleague rookie finished the game with a career-high 27 points by converting 6 of 11 two-point attempts, both of his long-range attempts, and 9 of 10 trips to the free-throw line. Redding's impressive all-round performance also included 7 rebounds, 5 assists and 7 fouls drawn, taking his personal index rating to 36. Redding won 1 MVP award during Alba's Euro Cup campaign last season, and now he's added another personal accolade in the Euroleague too. Let's check out the top plays of the week.
Number 5, Milan, Italy. Vasilis Spanoulis weaving his way through the Milan defence, finds a pass to Bryant Dunstan, and he knows exactly where to go, all made possible by the vision of Vasilis Spanoulis. Number 4, Istanbul, Turkey. Sergio Rodriguez gets a steal. Easy to the basket, but no, Justin Carter has other ideas. A great chase down block. Number 3, Athens, Greece. Mercurial play from Marcelinho Huertas. Incredible pass to Tibor Pleiss. Marcelinho didn't even break stride, and Pleiss finishes with feeling. Number 2, Belgrade, Serbia, and a play with something of everything. First a steal for Marcus Williams of Crvena Zvezda. Nikola Kalinic denied by Brian Randall. Williams denied by Nate Linhart. A double block for Maccabi Electra. And now it's Jeremy Pargo's turn, twisting one way, and then that, and then stopping and hitting the triple. And Maccabi Electra getting it all done. A steal, 2 blocks, and a 3-pointer, all in the same play. Number 1 play of the week, Malaga, Spain. Game tied, overtime looming. And it's Ryan Toulson sends up the shot, and somehow he sinks it. A nerveless, buzzer-beating, game-winning triple for Unicaja Malaga and Ryan Toulson.
Along with the possibility of the first playoff qualifiers, Top 16 Round 10 features the reigning champs taking on a tough road assignment in the Game of the Week, while 2 more superpowers promise fireworks in a battle at the top of their group. Group E classics FC Barcelona and Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv square off for their 8th Top 16 showdown in 5 years in the Game of the Week. as two of the competition's most consistent newcomers, Justin Dolman and Brian Randall, bring their talents to bear on an intense rivalry. Another playoffs hopeful from Group E, Panathinaikos Athens, hits the road behind the experienced forward Antonis Fotsis to confront a crucial test against determined Žalgiris Kaunas and its own veteran leader Paulius Jankūnas. Madrid and playmaking magician Sergio Rodriguez will have their home fans behind them as they attempt to push forward towards the playoffs despite a visit from dangerous Alba Berlin and on-the-rise point guard Alex Renfro. In Group E's remaining contest, plenty of pride is at players Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul hosts Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade. Explosive action is guaranteed when Olympiacos Piraeus and defensive ace Bryant Dunstan welcome a Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul team led by the versatile Nemanja Bjelica and seeking to prolong a remarkable 8-game winning run on the road in a game with major impact at the top of Group F. After a rare defeat in its last game there, CSKA Moscow returns home behind scoring star Sonny Weems to host another playoffs aspirant, Anadolu Efes Istanbul. And a couple of familiar faces in the Russian capital, Dusan Ivkovic and Nenad Kirstic. Group F is completed by Laboral Kucha Victoria trying to keep its playoff hopes alive with a visit to Nizhny Novgorod, while EA7 Emporio Armani takes on Unicaja Malaga in Milan. We'll be back next week with plenty of Euroleague action.